What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's episode 187 of the Dadbod Golf Pod. Happy Wednesday. It's Kyle, Ben. Nate will be in here in a minute. Guy just can't. The timing. He just can't make it happen. Just cannot make it happen. Either not going to be here or going to be late. It's just,
we even pushed it back.
We're going to have to work on us. We may have to suspend him longer than some of the PGA Tour players are going to be suspended for joining the LIV Tour.
Oh my goodness.
We'll just have to see how it goes. This episode, like I said, 187, brought to you by betonline.ag, the number one sports betting website in the whole entire world. Ben, tell them about the 50% bonus.
I didn't get the read for it, but I know you get a 50% bonus. If you put $100 in, they're going to give you $50 to go on top of that.
Yeah,
that's what that means. So if you want to put 200 in, you get 100 back. Up to, I think it's something like $35,000. If you want to put
I think you can double it up pretty big. Yeah, just use coupon code BLEAV, BLEAV.
Can you imagine if I went down to my wife and I was like, I just put $35,000 in there so I could play poker at night. It's so awesome.
Yeah, but I got back whatever half of that is. 17.
Yeah, I got 17.5
back for free. Yeah, I don't think you can go that high. But yeah, you can all the sports lines that you can think of, live betting, even Ben talked about, even have an online casino. It's awesome. Bet Online is the number one sports betting website that's ever been made, and it's where the game starts. I don't want to get too far into it before Nate gets here, but the biggest news of the day is that the USGA has come out and said it's too late in the game to be changing the rules, basically.
Yeah.
Where if you qualify, you're in. And that is huge news. Huge news for Kevin Na. Huge news for Dustin Johnson. And I guess, seemingly anyone that were to join, that would have joined, you would have been able to play in the U.S. Open had you been qualified. So you could have lined your pockets and still played in a major.
Ricky lost out.
Yeah.
Ricky 17. On top of that, it finished too late today for him to be able to join the LIV Tour.
Yeah.
To be involved in one of the teams.
Yep.
And so now the worst of both worlds could happen. He's not getting paid by the LIV Tour, and he's not going to be in the U.S. Open.
Yeah. How long will it be before he finds out if he's going to be an alternate? Did we already mention that? Because he is an alternate. He is an alternate.
Where he finished, the graphic I saw, because I had the volume turned down, the graphic I saw, it basically had the line drawn of everybody that made it. And it said the next two are alternates, and he was one of the next two. So okay. I'm assuming he's an alternate.
No, he is an alternate. He's definitely.
I may have he's an alternate.
He made like a 20-footer in a playoff to become an alternate. So it's pretty big.
So I guess we got to find out now if there will be anybody that WDs or whatever. He's one of the first alternates that'll be called to be in it.
Can DJ make it back in time? Can Kevin Na make it back in time?
Because it's only a 3-round thing, and they're done on Saturday.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
So they travel Sunday, and then they got plenty of time.
And it's shotgun start, so they'll be just churning and burning.
They'll be done by 1:00 Saturday afternoon, on a plane by 2, and they got the 90-minute rule. They'll be on the plane by 3:30.
There you go.
It's the morning. Be great.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, like I said, is there anything further to take away from that? Do you think it was a timing thing, or do you think this is going to be a forever thing? Or
I think that they were pansies and they didn't want to ruin, because they've got people like us that are all about want to piss off that portion of the golfing world. That's what I think. I think they could have easily listen. This is them all talk. What is it? All hat, no saddle. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And the reason being is because you got them where they can. Hey, Nate, how you doing, buddy?
If I look cross-eyed, it's just the lighting.
Just the lighting. Nate's here. But, glad you can make it.
That's like when Bryson didn't play for a little bit. Phil didn't play for a little bit. But the PGA wouldn't fall on the sword. They're like, no, we didn't suspend them.
There we go. There we go. Everybody's back. Good to go.
They was like, we didn't suspend them. That's the same thing with this thing right here. They're like, oh no, they can play. They can play. And then they're like, just why are we letting them play? Like they don't take a stand.
Who are you talking about? Who do you want to take a stand?
The PGA.
The PGA has no say in this.
PGA what? PGA Tour?
The USGA. I'm sorry, the USGA.
USGA.
Yeah,
they
USGA.
don't give a flying fart.
Yeah,
fart.
That's the USGA when they came out and made that stat. It's just like when everybody said, why is Phil not playing? Well, they suspended him. And then the USGA made it a point to go, oh no, we haven't suspended him. Well, he ain't playing. So somebody said something to him. It's the same thing with this. They're like, oh no, they can play in all of our tournaments. Sure.
What does the USGA have to gain from following the rules of the measly now? Nobody cares about them. Nobody cares about the PGA Tour. Nobody cares. You are a second-rate golf tour with a couple of big names.
They need the few big names that are in the LIV Tour. They still need them to come back and play in some of these tournaments.
I thought the USGA did take a stand by saying that they're going to let you play.
You're right. They did take a stand. They took a stand against a PGA Tour who has no control.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think they just got to. I mean, it is kind of late in the game. I don't know what this means for the future, but yeah, the guy they did an interview with the Golf Channel of head of the USGA, and he did a lot of he tried to insert his personal opinion a lot along with but kept it separate from, and which is good. You can have opinions and not act on emotion. That's kind of what makes conversation able to happen and stuff like that. So he gave his personal opinion. He's not.
You can have opinions. You can have your personal opinions and not it bleed over in your professional life too.
Exactly.
That's
so
right.
he's not a big fan of the LIV Tour.
Cars.
Yeah, he's not a big fan of the LIV Tour, but he's like, hey, we're an open. So these guys, as long as they're going to have the world ranking points and the exemptions, I guess they're going to be they'll be able to play. So that's a good thing. How does that, I guess, does that make the U.S. Open a little bit more interesting or the same amount of interesting? Like, how does that change the outlook on next week?
I think it's more interesting. I think the timing is not incidental. This could be the most anticipated U.S. Open in a long time, just because of all of the turmoil that's happening. Like, golf has never had this. I just got done with a dinner with a bunch of guys, and I'm like, this is the biggest golf news, quite frankly, of all time, besides Tiger either getting in an accident or any of these Tiger things that have happened. So,
not if you ask the golf woke people. They were really upset, Nate. We talked about that on the pod last time. They were
so the golf woke people I could care less about, because of the people on Twitter that I just absolutely doo-doo on, because their opinions are worse than y'all's takes on this podcast, which is saying something, because you guys both have had some trash takes on this podcast.
Glad to have you back.
But
we were on time.
We were
on time when we made them.
This is, you know what? I left early. I was the man of the hour. Like, every time I said something, people were laughing, mainly because I'd had 7 glasses of wine. But the golf has never had this. We've been in our perfect little comfortable world of the PGA Tour and the Champions Tour and the DP World Tour for the guys that just occasionally played at a few events. And you know what? The open market's real. So welcome to capitalism, and welcome LIV Tour forever.
How wild is the press conference for the U.S. Open going to be? Because they're all going to be asking questions about the LIV Tour event.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And it's going to piss everybody off.
Everybody's going to be watching. And live from the U.S. Open, it's going to be only about the LIV Tour. That's it.
What's his name? Fitching for the PGA Tour. He probably won't even turn it on. He's just not even going to go. He's like,
you know what? It's not his event. He doesn't run it.
I know, but still,
he can enjoy the RBC heritage with the little sky boxes on the crane and go back home.
That is pretty sweet, though.
That is pretty cool.
Although
I don't think putting people up 100 feet in the air with alcohol is like a great idea, but
it's not one of the best. But it's,
you know what?
It's exciting. You haven't seen it, the RBC. They're gonna have
I think it's a wonderful idea. I say we let.
Yeah, are we skipping a little bit?
You are, yeah.
Golly.
You're stuttering.
Yeah, so the RBC Heritage is going to have a crane with alcohol beverages being served on it, and you can be lifted way up into the air. It's going to be awesome. So,
and based on the pictures, like it's gonna go to the ground.
Yeah,
it just looks like there's nothing holding you back.
You got a little porta potty up there, gonna be sloshing around while it's swinging in the air. I love it.
It's gonna
That's
be like
terrifying.
it's gonna be like Steve-O and Jackass.
Yes.
Porta potty.
Speaking of porta potties, I work in construction. I almost dropped my cell phone in a porta potty today, which would have been like the worst nightmare ever.
Oh my gosh.
That would have sucked.
That would have been awful. That would have been awful. So yeah, so the news comes out. The guys are going to be playing in the U.S. Open. It's going to be electric. It's going to have all kind of buzz. You got Brookline. You got all kind of storylines. DJ Kevin Na coming back to play in it. It's going to be awesome.
Kyle, is Phil playing in the U.S. Open?
I guess Phil can. Yeah, Phil can play in it. Yeah, he could play in the U.S.
What
Open.
eligibility does he have? Oh wait, no,
He wasn't asked about that today. I wonder. That's a huge question. Are you going to come back and play in that?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you've made the announcement. You've made the Phil. Nobody's better than Phil at making an announcement that's 4 paragraphs that says nothing.
Yeah.
Like, let me talk to you about the guy who should run for politics. Phil Mickelson would be a great city councilman. You know why? Because he's full of shit.
Yeah. For the most part, you're right. You're right.
You know what else? You know what else about him, Nate? Out of the pictures they showed today, he looks like shit. I'm sorry.
He looks like he's joining the NWO.
But hey, we need to get Phil to pay off those gambling debts, get his credit score back up, because I need to sell him a truck. You know?
I saw a funny tweet. It said, Phil looks like my dad after he got out of jail. I thought that was so funny. Yeah, and then the NWO thing.
He does look like Amy's had him sleeping on. He looks like Amy's had him sleeping on the couch for like the last 6 months. No kidding.
Either that or he's been like fearful that the Saudis are going to get him. Like he looks
been in a
stressed.
bunker.
He looks stressed.
He's been stress eating and just ripping heaters for 6
Just
months.
smoke. He is smoking a pack
Dude,
of that.
what if on the first tee of the U.S. Open he rips a drive and all of a sudden just lights a cigarette and the entire golf world loses its mind?
Or just rips a jewel until it explodes. Just rips one. That would be amazing.
Or if he's just got like
He comes
he's
across
just all
as
of
one
a
of
sudden,
those
all of
like
a sudden
big.
sponsored by like CBD.
He
He's
comes
just
across as
sponsored
one of
by.
those big vape guys that has the big ploof of smoke that comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he comes across as. Well, the way he's looking right now, that's what he looks like.
Have y'all seen that we used to have this lady that worked in our office, and she had one of the very first ones that came out, and it looked like she had a camcorder. It was like as big as a laptop.
I pulled up next to a lady in line at the bus stop one day, and I looked over, and she had this thing in her hand.
Yeah,
It was enormous.
like a
It's an
rangefinder.
absolute unit.
It was.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I used to have one. I'll
Like
be
a
honest with you guys, I
rangefinder.
used to have one.
One of those
Yeah.
big ones. One of those big.
It was like a roll of toilet paper.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, it's
I just be at the bar going like,
just bubbling it up.
like, oh, dude, I'm out of juice. Don't worry though, I got some in my pocket. Let me refill that thing.
That's what I always wondered about the people that carried those big old vape things with them. I'm like, bro, I just rather smoke cigarettes. It's easier to hide.
Yeah.
you
Did
got
that too.
big ass thing you're toting around with.
That's
Just
amazing.
a huge cylinder, and everybody's like, hey, dude, hey, can I hit that?
Yeah.
All right, so moving back on to the LIV Tour. Let's get back on the track with the LIV Tour stuff. So tonight or last night they had their draft. So you got 12 teams of 4. They had 12 team captains. They did a snake draft. Thoughts on this team aspect? Are we liking it so far? What do we think about that?
I don't know. To see around the golf first to see how this works.
It's just odd because the most money that golf has ever been played for is like a fantasy draft with your buddies on Tuesday night drinking club, you know?
Yeah.
You know what's going to make it so much fun though, Kyle, if they do this with that shotgun start, if they put 8 guys on one hole.
Just balls everywhere.
That I talked to tonight because I did get a lot of insight. Doug, good friend of ours, good listener of the show, was like, dude, if they're playing for this much money, I just want normal stroke play. And I'm not sure if I agree with that completely. The team aspect, I don't know. We're taking astronomical amounts of money, and then we're taking like silly season.
We're just
we're
making it up as we go.
What do you got?
We got like millions of dollars.
Oh, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yep. I had that conversation with a guy today. He was saying the same thing. He was like, so the rules and that kind of thing. I was like, oh, if they find something they don't like this week, 2 weeks from now, when they tee up their next event, they're going to like change it. They're going to be like, we're doing
I just want teammates to start feuding. I think that's what we need.
Yes, I
Is
do.
$1 million is on the line, and Charles Schwartzel and Dustin Johnson are beefing on Twitter.
And
What
Phil
more
Mickelson
do you want?
Phil Mickelson has Chase Koepka by the throat. That's going to be great.
Yes.
All right, so let's break it down like this. So you got 12 teams. So let's first of all let's pick the best team name. What's the best team name, and give everybody a shot to go through it. What's the best team name?
Team Foot and Mouth, led by Phil Mickelson.
Okay, that's not actually a team, but good effort.
But thank you for your participation.
Ben, what's the best team? Team name.
The team that I'm going to be pulling for.
Yeah, just the best team name.
I mean, I like the team name High Flyers. I know that sounds stupid, but I mean, tee it high, let it fly. But, I told you before we came on, I don't like the team. That would not be the team I'm pulling for, but I love the Fireballs.
Oh, yeah.
Have I missed the team names already?
Yeah. I mean, it's on the website. They got all the team names out
dumb because I haven't. Well, listen, I'm sorry. I've been trying to hobnob and network for the last 7 hours.
I got you. My favorite one.
Run through those team names real quick.
Okay, here
Just
you
run
go.
through them real quick.
Oh, my goodness.
You got 4 aces. You got the High Flyers. You got Punch, Team Punch. Cliques, which I didn't know was a real word. I thought my dad just made that word up. Cliques, Ironheads, Smash, Crushers, the Majestics, sticks spelled, STICKS, Stinger, Team Fireballs, Team Niblix, and Team Torque. Team Torque. What you got, Nate? What are you thinking?
Team Punch and Team Smash are going on to the final. We'll see who's going to punch and smash their way all the way to victory.
Punch's punch-out game is elite. No, I like
Team Torque will be taking on Team Smash for the semifinals.
There you go. I kind of like I don't really know which one. I kind of like Stinger.
What do you think is the worst one? I think the better question is what's the worst one? Because 4 aces is as bad as it's ever gotten in the whole world.
I don't like Torque. I don't like 4 aces. That's the one I don't like.
I mean, Punch and Smash are pretty bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Punch and Smash are pretty bad.
I don't know, man. They, when Nashville, when they had that, when they called it Smash Vegas or whatever, and they had those hats just said Smash on the front, it would be awesome if they had those.
What if they had Team cool. On the Clock and it was Kevin Na's team?
TikTok. Team TikTok. All right.
Team
so
TikTok.
Have you seen, well, Nate, you need to pull up the website to see the logos, because now we got to pick the best logo.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, nobody gave me, like, usually within the group text, we kind of like.
I know. I just kind of made this up as we go. So
yeah, no doubt.
Just go to livegolf.com and then scroll down to teams and players. I'll go first.
Livegolf.com.
I'll go first. The Clique logo is awesome. If you see it, it's like a C. It looks like a elite country club logo to me. Have you seen it, Nate? Ben? Are you looking at it? I want Clique merch. I don't like any of the guys necessarily on the team. I don't say I just don't know many of them, except outside of Martin Keimer. But
which one?
Clique.
No, I'm not a fan.
Love that logo. I think that's a sick logo. I saw it on a hat too, and I want the hat. It looks awesome.
So I like the Smash logo, but I know nobody in the team, nor can I pronounce their name. So that's kind of out for me.
Yeah, you're out.
That last name, that is unbelievable.
Oh, dude, Crusher GC. Let's go.
I feel like that one dude's name is not real.
The Niblix looks like somebody got drunk and tried to draw the Notre Dame logo, so I don't like that one. Torque looks like an investment firm.
And they ripped off Nike.
Fireball looks more like
a travel softball team.
Yeah. I got to go with the Ironheads. I really like that clean logo. I think that's pretty cool.
The iron heads, that looks like that S everybody used to draw when you grow up, and you draw the 3 lines and then you connect all the, that's kind of what that looks like.
Yeah. and, like, the
Stinger,
smaller- yeah.
Stinger looks like a turd, but when you look closer, it's actually a scorpion tail.
If you squint, it is a poop,
It does look like a poop.
which has got Louis Oosthuizen on, so that makes sense.
And draw.
So go back to this. Go back to the Smashes team. There's a
Yeah.
dude on this team. That is not a real name. That's not a real name. I mean, how do you even say that last name? There's 14 letters in the last name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 letters. And they don't all go together. Like, they don't really like go together. They don't flow into each other. I'm not even going to attempt to say it. Baranatana Yarat.
That's a young right.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep, nailed it.
It's like the name game.
Dude, I would
Baranatana.
say 4 aces is strong because you can pronounce every last name. That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Johnson, Norris, Becker, and Juan. I mean, come on, dude. Hit me with the 4 aces.
Hit me with
4
the
aces on pronunciation. Let's go.
High Flyer, spelled HY. So you got what?
Yeah.
I got the Cleek logo. What'd you pick, Nate?
Give me Smash on the logo.
Yeah, I got so all three of us are right there in the middle. Like, I like the Ironhead logo. So yeah, we
Gotcha.
basically the middle team's right there. That's what we're taking.
Crushers is pretty strong.
Yeah. All right. Now pick your team.
I like the High Flyers logo. I think that's cool.
The High Flyers.
Now
does
you
look
got to
pretty
pick
cool.
your team.
Yeah. Pick your favorite. Who's the best team?
I've got my team. I've got my team for sure.
I got
Go
mine
ahead,
too.
because I think I know who Kyle's is. So Nate, you go, because that way I've got 2 in mind. So if you pick one of my 2, I'll take the other one.
This is very on brand for me, but give me Torque with Tal, Hudson Swafford, Adrian Otuega, and Andy Ogletree, the best amateur in the game right now.
Love
Give me
it.
Team Torque to torque your asses off of this tour.
I love it. I love it. I'm going with I think I'm struggling. But I think I'm gonna go with Team Majestics. I think you're gonna have Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood, Sam Horsfield, and Laurie Cantor, which I assume is a guy. Laurie Cantor. I think they're all pretty much from the same. I think I picked that one because they're all from the same country. I think they're all like, that's one of them where like literally every single one of them is from like England. How about this? Lee Westwood, he couldn't get a captain for a Ryder Cup. Now he'll never get one, and he couldn't even get a captain of his own team.
And the best part is that his team captain is Ian Poulter,
Ian Poulter, who he's arguably better than.
who like uses more hair gel than Ben does.
That's saying something.
That is saying something.
Who you got, Ben?
Well, I had one picked out and I've completely changed my mind. Nate did not take who I thought he would. I can't go with Phil just because I'm still mad at Phil.
Do we not think that Team Crushers is going to get crushed? I mean, Richard Bland, Peter.
I'm gonna go with
Peter
DJ.
Uline.
Uline. I'm gonna go with DJ. I'm gonna go with the 4 aces.
There you go.
Close to a Braves logo. So I'm gonna go with the 4 aces. I have no idea who these other 3 are that are playing with him, so he's gonna have to carry the team. I really wanted to go with Punch just because that's what I spend most of my time doing whenever I'm playing golf. But I'm gonna go with 4 aces.
There you go.
All right, I've got a quick comment about 4 aces.
Okay.
And Dustin Johnson specifically. This whole thing is the reason that socialism and communism doesn't work, because DJ's already been paid the $125 million.
Yeah.
Whether the 4 aces finish 4th, 1st, or 5th, DJ's getting paid, and that's in general in the world of sociology and psychology. That is bad news for Team 4 aces.
Especially when
Guaranteed is bad news.
Yeah, and Dustin Johnson's already on the borderline of don't DGAF already. So
Correct.
If you give him 125, he is super DGAF. You know what I mean? So
like what's going to happen is DJ's going to have a bad round. His teammates are going to get on to him. He's like, hey, I'll pay you guys $1 million each to like shut the hell up.
yeah. Sean Norris is gonna be like, I'm gonna call my dad, Chuck. You don't keep screwing around.
DJ's like, well, you know what? My daddy's Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah. Oh man,
Paulina
I
will
love
call
this.
him.
I love this. The high flyers. There's a dude who's got another one of those names. He's an amateur, and it's like Ratchanan Chantanana Wanat, and then it
Yes.
says TK in parentheses. This is
He's going by
his
TK.
nickname. This is his nickname. He does not have a K anywhere into his name, but he does have
That's
a
what-
T.
That's what Team Smash
Silent.
Pat should have gone by. He should.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's think about this. LIV Tour, Nate, Ben, and Kyle on a team. What's the team name? And you can't say Dadbod.
Okay.
We could now, if you take Nate out, we could say Team Trash Picks.
How about Team Ramrod?
Team Ramrod? Team Hobnob.
Team Ramrod. Team Hobnob. I like
It's got to be Team Hobnob, Team Bazoodenpoot. We had to go something like that, just because Kyle's dad would be so proud of us if we did that.
Yeah, he wouldn't pick us. He wouldn't pull for us. He would pull against us.
How about Team Breakfast Ball?
I had to just turn that. I just had to turn that shit off.
I had to turn it off. When y'all started doing the fart stuff, I had to turn it off. Oh man!
I wrote you out of the will this morning, son. I listened to the podcast.
I love that. I love it.
Oh yeah. You know what else we love? I love it, and y'all are gonna get to love it when we get to play soon together. The Blue Tees rangefinder. We got the Series 3 rangefinder. It's got the scan mode. You flip it to scan mode, and you don't have to hold the button down. You just start scanning, and it picks up on trees, picks up on bunkers. How far it is to the water, how far it's awesome. Then you flip it back to golf mode. You can lock onto the pins. It does the buzz lock on. It has slope toggle on and off. It comes with 3 batteries. That's another huge thing. It comes with 3 batteries. Yeah, it comes with 3 batteries.
You didn't mention that last time.
I know. I just thought about it. I just thought about it as I started talking. And then the built-in magnet that all the top of the line $500-$600 rangefinders have. It's got it all for well under $400. And then you use coupon code DADBOD, take another 10% off. You'll save even more. Father's Day is coming up. Send the link to your wife. Get you some Bluetooth speakers. Get you a Blue Tees rangefinder.
Get the packet. Get the packet.
They
That's
got a
the
bundle
best
packet.
deal. Get the.
Yeah.
I
Slap the
promise
packet button.
you, if you are a packet, just go and get it all.
Get the packet.
And Nate, you missed it. We were talking about the other day that we think that Grayson Murray just keeps his Blue Tees in scan mode the whole time because he never hits a green anyway. So he just is always seeing where the bunkers and all that are the entire time. But
Probably.
somebody's got to tell him how to flip that over. They got to tell him how to flip that button and get to the.
Hey, actually, Grayson Murray is making history at the U.S. Open. Did you guys know? He's the first sponsor exemption.
Oh boy. He got in. He doesn't suck. So you want to let everybody know that. He doesn't.
Yeah.
The people that say he sucks.
It's gonna be the most glorious 2 days of golf he's ever played.
Yeah, congrats on 2 rounds at Brookline.
Hey, it's gonna be slow, Grayson. A lot of dudes on Thursday and Friday. If you can survive to the weekend.
US Open, largest field. You're gonna be pissed, buddy. You're gonna be out there.
Hey, find like a mediocre bar on Saturday in Massachusetts, and boom, Grayson Murray's gonna be there watching with you.
Hey, Grayson, if you're listening, our member guest is this weekend. I need a partner. Just saying.
Doesn't start till Saturday.
Practice.
Grayson,
We can
you're
play
listening.
a late practice. If you get the right draw, we can still get the late practice round in on Friday. Just let me know.
Hey, Grayson, if you're listening, the 3rd flight is so gettable this year.
It's
Smiley's
gettable.
not even playing. He's in 5th flight.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right. So moving on, we talked about the teams. We talked about everything to do with the LIV Tour. Tiger, I guess is the next thing. We got to move on.
Why do you want to bring that up?
Tiger will not play in the U.S. Open, which I said was a smart move a long time ago. I said it was a smart move after the PGA.
I almost fought a guy at work today.
Oh boy.
Over the Tiger slander that he was having, because he was like, I can't believe that they show all his shots. And I said, you shut your mouth. You do not talk like that about Tiger. I know the coverage. And he's like, I mean, I understand how it works. I said, yeah, Bob, there's a reason that even when he's 8 over, the crowd following him is larger than the crowd following the guys that are 3 and 4 and 5 under. I was like, he is the needle. It's not that he moves the needle, he is the needle.
The problem with that is a cool guy thing to say. They don't show all of his shots, especially if he's like shooting.
They don't want to embarrass him.
Yeah, they don't want to embarrass him. I didn't see hardly a shot.
We didn't see any. Yeah, Saturday's round before he WD'd, we didn't see hardly any attack. We saw basically his opening tee shot they showed, and then I think he bogeyed one, and after that they kind of went away from him. And the only shots they would show were good. They would only show good shots. They didn't show anything that he hit bad.
If he's 14 over and he's got a birdie putt, they're going to show it.
Yeah. But, So he had a big issue with that. But you're right. That's like the
boys. I got to be honest with you. I think the Masters, he made the cut purely on adrenaline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the PGA was where he really is, and I think all the things that we said on how it's gonna be so tough, it's manifesting itself right now. It's hard to swallow. It's hard to watch because he made the cut at the Masters, and everybody's like, dude, he's good. Give him another month, he'll be doing jumping jacks. He'll be doing backflips. But this is the Tiger we have to deal with now. Is he's going to have to, and he's going to have to skip certain events to literally prepare for one a month later.
Yep.
It's hard.
He worried me when he came out in, I guess it was the week of the PGA, and he said, I'm definitely playing in the Open Championship. And he didn't mention the US Open to start with. And then that he was going to be in the US Open. But that was I think you could tell at that point in time, that should have been everybody's signal that, like, okay, so he's already eyed the Open Championship and British Open. He hasn't mentioned, from the beginning. He hasn't said anything. And we know why, which is kind of odd because I understand it's a shorter course, it's a flatter course and all that kind of stuff. But he also talks about how he can't stand playing in anything under 55 degrees. Well, that's what he's going to be playing in. But still, I guess.
Is it usually cold? Is it usually cold?
I think it's just such a wild card over there.
Yeah.
It's like there's you look back at some of the old rounds at St. Andrews, and there's days that they're in short sleeve shirts and pants, and then there's days they're all wearing sweaters and toboggans. So
here's my question to y'all. And this US Open, we've all been watching golf for a long time. I didn't even heard of Brookline before this year. If the US Open is at Bethpage or Pebble Beach, or what's another big course up in Pennsylvania that they talk about
Oakmont.
With the church, Oakmont, versus Brookline that does not have the historical weight that these other courses have.
Would he play in it? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like he played in Augusta because it was Augusta.
Bethpage, no, because it's
Bethpage would have beat his ass.
Yeah, there's no way he plays in Bethpage. I mean, he's driver 3-wood in some of the par fours on that. He's not doing that.
He's won at Bethpage.
Yeah, but still, I don't think. I think now, Nate, I think it's going to come down to courses that suit him that he can get around and walk before he's able to use a cart at 50.
Because St. Andrews is probably one of the easiest courses physically that those guys play all year.
Yeah. And I said I hope he would skip the US Open and because it's so grueling and long and challenging and go play. And just work out and play and get ready for the Open at St. Andrews. Definitely the easiest one. Definitely the
Stingers
easiest one.
All day, just 2 iron off the tee for 18 holes.
He had a Stinger 270 in Tulsa, so I know he still got that shot. Yeah,
but I think, Nate, I think you got kind of a point. I think if let's just say it's at Pebble, I don't know, he may play in that one, just because of his history there and that kind of thing, or if it's at Pinehurst. I mean, even though that's not the easiest track to walk, I think just because of his familiarity with Pinehurst, maybe he does. But with Brookline, he hasn't played there. He hasn't played there a ton. If you mentioned Bethpage, I think that's too long for him. I think if it wasn't the Masters, just because of all the up and down, I don't think he plays at Augusta if it's not the Masters.
Yeah. Well, here's an unfortunate point that I don't want to bring up, but he's got to start thinking about the fact that, when is my last Masters? When is my last time to play the US Open at Pebble? When is my last time to play the British Open at St. Andrews? Like, I'm not saying this is a farewell tour for Tiger, but crossed his mind. Like,
I don't think the Masters
Tiger
has
can't
crossed
play
his
these
mind,
events
but
when he's 55 or 60.
well-
It's just not going to work for him.
No. Physically, he probably only has about 4 more years. I think that he could do this.
I don't know if he can make it till St. Andrews comes back around on the British Open rotation. You know,
yeah, that's the thing is I think, he's probably thinking about that with St. Andrews, Nate. The others, the Masters, he's got 4 more years of Augusta.
The Masters will always be at Augusta.
Yeah, that hasn't crossed his mind yet. But yeah, the others, when he looks at tournaments, let's just say the US Open goes to, he probably thinks, okay,
he's won there. There has to be some extra motivation.
Yeah.
Pebble and Brookline are not the same in his mind.
No.
As far as US Open venues.
No, I think it's all going to depend on rotation. Because at the Masters, I think he'll get there with Augusta, but right now, knowing that it's at the same place every year, he's like, no, I got 4 or 5 more years there. I'm good. But I think that's why he came out early and said, I'm playing St. Andrews.
Yeah.
Because he knows
that's the one. Circle it.
He knows 6 years from now, he may not be playing St. Andrews.
Where was the PGA Southern Hills?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
so
a meaningful track for him.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's got to do with the course that he's playing, but number 2, I think some of it's got to do with the history too. As I mentioned just a moment ago, stuff that's going to be at at the, let's just say at the Pebbles of the world, he's playing there.
Oh yeah.
That's at the, as far as going down to San Diego and playing Torrey, he's playing there. Yeah. But if it's a random tournament that's in Tulsa, Oklahoma, he's like, nope, not doing that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right. So last thing we'll talk about really quick, kind of circle back to the LIV Tour. Does this change? Do you predict more guys jump now that you can play? They're allowing dudes to play in the Open. Do you see like this new wave of guys maybe, or do you feel like this is pretty much it for now?
I think for this first year, this is pretty much it, because I think that they're still kind of wondering on the rules, like who they're going to get. And if the USGA and PGA together or something and figure something out for the next year, because if you commit, like you said the other night, Kyle, you got to commit. It's a minimum 2-year commitment. So if they commit now, they're in for this year and next. And I don't know if the LIV Tour lets them join this late. If they're like, no, we got our guys for our 8 tournaments now, so we're gonna ride this horse, and then we'll see how we go financially.
There's a ton of guys who want to see how this
plays out.
A, how this goes, and B, they're gonna call the DJs and the Kevin Nas and Sergio's and be like, hey, did you get your money? They're gonna make sure that the direct deposit works before
it went through. Yeah.
Under money, and I don't think people understand how much money this tour actually has.
Yes.
Like how much oil money these guys have over there to be able to just dole out.
Somebody said that tonight. This is like, we think that Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world, or we think that Bill Gates. The highest concentration of wealth in the entire world is right there. And you take 4 or 5 of those guys together, and all of a sudden, like, they could invest $5 billion in this tour and not miss it. That's the kind of money that we're.
That's what's insane about it. When everybody keeps going, they're going to run out of money. They're going to make. I'm like,
they can't run out of money.
They got 5 guys that can commit 100 to 200 million, and that's like us giving $2,500 to something for an investment. Like that's the kind of money they have.
I saw somewhere where the regime has like 50 trillion in assets, $50 trillion in assets. Yeah. Like that's, you could go forever, I guess, if you wanted to.
$5 billion
like at that point, to
commit to this tour for like 3 or 4 years is just they won't miss it. They'll never miss it.
No, that's what Nate. That's what I had the discussion with the gentleman today that was talking about, because he was talking about he used the money situation too, and I was like 125 million. He's like, how are they going to make money? I'm like, that 125, like one guy missed. Now, honestly, maybe, I don't know.
Sponsoring a hole in a scramble for them. Be like, yeah, I can get my name on the sign.
Exactly.
For $150.
That's the guy. That's the guy that's going to get he's going to be inside the ropes and get to follow him around. That's what he's going to get to do. That's what that 125 just bought.
Right. Right.
25 million, you get to present the trophy, the check to the winner. You get to hang out with Paulina.
Now that's worth it.
Oh,
That may be worth it.
For 125. My dad was like,
I don't know. I hear she.
my
came
dad
a
was
lot
like,
cheaper
all
than
these
that
people
before
are
she met
talking about
DJ.
they've got like all these guys don't need any money. Look at who DJ just married. That's why he took the 125. He needs that money.
Yeah, you got a
Paulina's got both of that 125 in a
Yeah.
weekend.
Yes.
And then who's going to call Big Daddy Wayne?
Exactly. Guys, appreciate it. Good show. We'll be back on Friday. There'll be more to talk about. We'll have one round in, watch it on YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. Appreciate you listening. Catch us back on Friday. It'll be episode 188. Oh, we missed the biggest news. The biggest news that we forgot to talk about. It's our 1 year anniversary is today.
Oh yeah.
We forgot all about it. Like we should be like shouting it from the rooftops. We've made it a year. Nate's got a few more weeks, months until he's in there for a
He's
year.
got like
but
my own special 1 year anniversary.
yeah, we can do that. But today is the 1 year anniversary of the kickoff of the Dadbod Golf Pod. And we really appreciate you guys. We've made it 187 episodes and we hope to continue to go. Listens are growing, subscribers are growing. We really appreciate it, guys. So hang in there with us and we'll have some fun, especially with all this LIV Golf Tour stuff. Like golf's just getting
all about
super interesting. So
Yeah.
let's have some fun. We'll catch y'all back on Friday. It's Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always
stroking.
broken.